y'all doing today? Welcome to Home and Tidbits. I know! So, last couple of days, we've been having some real heavy content the last few episodes. Well, I don't really like to be doing that to my loved ones and my friends and my friends that ain't my friends and my favorite pets. So, I've decided today we just gonna do a fun little filler episode while I do some research into what's going on in Rhode Island and Australia and Michigan and Texas and France and Germany and England, etc., etc. You know how it goes. Praise Allah, praise Allah. So, today we're gonna be having some happy accents here in the drawing board, but unfortunately, I already had a few happy accents around the house. My markers is gone. I can't be doing it. I only got the 3 markers, the blue, the red, and the black. So, you'll have to bear with me today. Use the imagination when I give you the names of the colors. So, today, well, we already at today. To start, we're gonna put verse 76-2. Now, this involves a very, very special meeting between our channel's best friend, Miami, and a bunch of jinn. Now, we all know the jinn don't exist. The jinns ain't a real thing. So if they ain't real, what are we left with? Well, I think we're left with a poor, sad man, Miami. Mr. Muhammad Miami, trapped in a closet of his own sexual making. So what you gonna wanna do here? Now, I ain't no fancy artist, as you're about to see, but what I like to do, we're gonna square it off here. We don't really set the scene. You see, you're looking in at the viewer. So then, we're gonna draw Mr. Miami. And I'm thinking, you're gonna want 1 line for the body, 2 little lines for the leg. Look at that leg. And then we're gonna draw ourselves a nice dresser. And you're gonna want to take some Blood of the Infidel red and just color that dresser. And you're gonna give it some happy little colors. Really pop the image up and make it pretty. And you're gonna go back to your black. It's just basic black. And now we're gonna draw in a couple little hands, grab and hold the whole dressing. And then we're gonna give him a happy little head. Almost forgot, with a happy little nose and a big old open mouth. And then we're gonna draw his silly hat, a little turban hat that they like to wear. There we go. Big old turban. You want to make sure you know he's wearing a turban. And then that giant beard. Look at that giant beard. Look how big that beard is. And then we're going to give him 2 little eyes. There we go, got some eyes there. Look at that. That's our friend, the Prophet Muhammad. So now we're going to give him some little butt cheeks. Oh, look at them cute little butt cheeks. So now you got your Prophet Muhammad Muhammad right here. And I ain't gonna read you the verse. That ain't on me to read the verse. You can read the verse. This is all in here. This is just only further my point how silly this little book is. Oh no, we don't want the blood of the infidel just yet. So now we're gonna take our Freedom for Women from Oppression blue. And we're gonna make these little chin. Little chin guys. So we're gonna draw a little head. Put some little eyes. They got 3 eyes because they're monsters. And then we're gonna give them little stick bodies. And they're gonna be grabbing the prophet. And then, they got another arm right there. And you just wanna make some lines to show motion is going on. Now over here, we're gonna draw another chin. Just like that with the 3 little eyes. Because they're waiting in line to tag team this man, you see. And they're just gonna go to town on him. And then look at that, we're gonna make tears of joy come out Mr. Muhammad's eyes. Because, well, you know, he just enjoyed it so much. Now, to move to the next part. Now, remember, this is all just a dream. It's all a dream. So now, I got to try to get the next bit. And I apologize, you don't have to bear with me here. But, now I'm gonna take your fancy cleaning solution. Now, remember, folks, remember, this is the Prophet Muhammad Muhammad. See his big nose and his big beard and his micro penis, his really tiny penis. And then you got the jinn, that's DJINN, or JINN for you ignorant Westerners. I know, praise Allah, praise Allah. And then we got the other jinn. You know what? Can't be lazy with it though. Let's draw another one because they are waiting to tag team. And you can't have a tag team without a whole bunch of men. Look at that with the muscly arms and the big dinguses and the multiple eyes. That's what they really go to town on them. And look how happy old Muhammad is. Actually, let's make sure, because I was trying to draw a moaning face, but moaning doesn't really work. So we're just gonna do a big old ear-to-ear smile. Look at him. Look how happy the Prophet is. Alright, so now we're gonna take your cleaning solution. And you're just gonna spray away the Prophet. Just gonna spray the Prophet away. Oh, we really fucked up on this one, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like that Sharpie, or that magic marker wasn't a magic marker. That was a Sharpie. So that ain't wiping away. I mean, we got the infidels and the jinn to go away, but it doesn't look like we're gonna be getting. Oh, hold on, little elbow grease here. Alright, hold on. You know what, folks? We're just gonna pause this film real quick. We'll be right back. I'm gonna take the elbow grease, just like the Prophet did to Aisha. And you're gonna hold on 1 second. Alright, and we're back. I know. So, we was able to get the black off. We ain't gonna use it again. That was too much. So now, we're left with gin blue and blood of the infidel red. That's okay. That's okay. You just have to use the imagination even further. So now, this is gonna be a quick one. This is how our little story ends. You see, Mr. Muhammad was taking a nap. You know, the Prophet Muhammad. He was taking a little nap and then had that lovely little dream sequence that you just saw, you know, with all the jinn bending him over and taking him to town over his fancy blood of the infidel red table. So now, Mr. Muhammad is waking up from his dream. We're going to use the gin blue, and we're just going to be looking down a happy little accident here. Just a little happy look at another man's life. So you're going to square for your mattress. And look how nice he is, you know. This is designs on a blanket. A bunch of silly little designs, kind of like the language, the whole bunch of scribbles. And we're going to make a nice even little line down the middle for the pillows. Because you know when you abuse and you conquer and you grape and you pillage from everybody, you can have nice blankets and nice pillows like this. And then we're gonna take the blood of the infidel so he stands out. You're gonna take your blood of the infidel. Now, here's his little arms over the covers. There's his little neck. There's his little head. We got his bald, a few hair straggles here because they're covered up by his silly hair. And then we got his really, really, really long beard. And a couple of eyes. The Lord eyes and got a little smiley face. Look at that face. That's the face of a very happy Muhammad because he was having a dream. And then This is the most important part. So right now he's just coming out of a groggy sleep. But oh no, I know. What is this little tent being pitched right there? That would be like right around the groin area if I was a guessing man. It looks like Mr. Muhammad Bahami was enjoying his dream, if you know what I mean, with my little rhymes. But don't forget, y'all, I know, pray thou. We got to drop his bedmate here. Now, her, we're gonna take the blood of the infidel bread, but it's really supposed to be patronizing, no, Philistine pink. And then we're just gonna make two little adorable ears right here. And then the cutest little snout. And then some eyes. And look at that! Ain't that just the cutest little Wilbur you've ever seen? So that's how 76-2 ended. Verse 76-2 from the K-Wrong. Pray thou. So, just to recap the story, our man, Muhammad here, the prophet, he fell asleep in a deep sleep in his beautiful bed with his beautiful loved one next to him, Mr. What's called Porky the Pig, I guess. Happy little accident. And, he fell asleep in the bed with his long beard and his scraggly hair and his really gross, his old face. He's fallen asleep and he had the dream with the jinn, doing this, taking him to town. Pray thou, taking me to town. Then he woke up in his fancy draped and pillaged bed, in his fancy palace, because this is all his bedroom. That's all fancy white marble. You see the happy accidents, how they work? You don't even need to put color to your canvas. Because, this man's home and his bedroom was so big, you could just pretend all this white is marble. And here we are, he's pitching a little tent. He's all excited from the dream. So, in order to keep this short, let's move on to our next one here. We just all spray away the prophet. Just wipe them away. That's how important he is. You just wipe them away. Mr. Muhammad. So what do I got here in my bowl? Oh yeah, I forgot. Now you're gonna have to bear with me because I can't pronounce this silly language. The Altabi mishap. Okay, so this is a real fun one. Now, remember I told you how smart these people are and all that? Well, they have a big black rock that they pray to. And you're saying, well, Mr. Maccabee, okay, how could they be praying to a rock? And it must be a real special rock if they praying to it. Well, I'd like to tell you that rock is so special that it's been replaced multiple times. It's a different rock every time. Almost like they a bunch of pagans. Well, so this is where our prophet, Mr. Muhammad, he got very confused. One day he's sitting there, right? And we're going to take the gin blue for the rock, but the rock is actually black. And we're going to make our big rock here. We're just going to color it in, all these happy curves for the color. There we go. So this is our big rock. And we're going to make all sorts of nice blue squiggles to represent the ground. The desert ground. It's very hot, very dry. Alright, so here's a little squiggly line of earth. Ignore it. It ain't water, it's earth. And here's the big rock that they pray to. Pray thou. And you know what? We'll take this, our blood of the infidel red, and we're going to put Mr. Muhammad on his knees. And don't forget, y'all, to give him his big squiggly beard. Put on his silly little turban hat. Just nice easy squiggles. There we go. We'll give him some eyes. And you can't really see the mouth. Give him a little nose right there. And then you wanna really get people to understand that he's talking. So we just gonna give some lines coming out of his mouth. No, that ain't the smelly gin breath. And I don't mean G-I-N, I mean D-G-I-N-N. You know, from the dream where he was doing stuff with the genies. That ain't genie breath. That's him talking. So here he is. He's whispering sweet nothings to this little rock right here. I know, and then the rock is talking right back to him. Now the rock is telling him, this is what you're gonna do. You ain't gonna eat pork, you ain't gonna drink, you ain't gonna touch yourselves. You ain't gonna go to work on Saturdays and Friday evenings. You ain't gonna gamble, you ain't gonna smoke. You ain't really gonna do nothing but wake up in the morning and serve your king. But there are some things you can do. You can't marry child bride. You can't have 20 wives. And you can give those wives black and blue naps if they don't put the potato sack on. So Muhammad, Mr. Muhammad, is going, wow, these are the brilliant ideas. And I'm like, I know. So the rock's whispering back. He's asking, what should I do, God Rock? Big black God Rock. And the rock's telling him the sweet nothing, but what you don't see, and what Mr. Muhammad couldn't have known, is up in this corner, we got the true man talking through the rock. And we gonna give him flat evil eyes and a big old grin. Cause what you don't know, what Mr. Muhammad didn't know, he praise Allah, even though these people are so smart, they wipe their buttocks with their hand, and you know, they think marrying children is okay, and, you know, the whole blood of the infidels, they think it's all okay because they're so smart. They are just the smartest group of dead people you ever seen. Praise Allah. You know, they only be in a third world forever because they just keep their ruling class, making sure it gets itself richer and richer. And then, you know, you got some places where it looks like they're getting smart, but it's all just cardboard cutouts like that movie Blazing Saddles at the end. It's not actually technology, it's just kind of like China, where they make stuff look cool, but the moment you actually touch it and you don't see it on the video, it don't work. That's all of Qatar, all of Saudi Arabia. So this little guy right here, that's the devil. That's the devil using the rock like a puppet. And because Mr. Muhammad over here is so smart, he can't figure out that any of these things is the work of the devil. So he just goes with it, and he makes it his laws. So we're gonna show you what happens at the end of this. He's gonna spray away the prophet, spray away the devil like they were nothing. Ooh, look at that, like they're nothing, because they ain't nothing. You know, they're just not a thing. They're something you can easily wipe away because they're very unimportant. Very, very unimportant entities. So, for this next step, we're going to take your gin blue and we're going to make the ground again, but we're going to be quick this time. We're just going to do some nice straight lines. And then, we'll make some happy little buildings in the background. Because this is what the architecture looks like. It looks like something out of Star Wars. Ooh, let me take a little sip. Ain't that delicious? Then we're going to take a bit of the infidel red. And he's going to be sitting here. And this is how he ends his nights after talking to his Satan rock. So this is a table here. And this is who he's on a date with. So you're going to draw your little circles, your little triangle ears, your little rectangle nose, and your little curly tail. And then we're going to draw the prophet again. I don't think I need to tell you how that goes. Little arms, little legs, big old beard, big old silly hat. Here he is having a romantic candlelit dinner with his new girlfriend. You know, this girlfriend of his, he met her while she was walking down an alley, filling her with peace and love. Peace and love. Praise Allah. apparently this new girlfriend, she swept him off his feet. He was just beyond thrilled to meet this lady. And what a lady, because this lady was 9 years old. Almost 3 whole years older than what he normally likes to date. And you know how important age is to these people. Look at that, just a beautiful little Charlotte. No, Charlotte was the web maker. Wilbur. Look at that, Wilbur. Yep. He's a great child, 9 years old. And that's how Talking to the Rock ended. So we're going to wipe away the Prophet Muhammad Muhammad ain't here. Wipe him away, because he's nothing. He ain't a thing. He ain't a prophet. He ain't nobody. He's just an old crazy man with a beard. And we'll get to that, don't you worry. So let's wipe that away real fast. Wipe that away. So we're going to do 2 more, and then we're done. They're both going to be quick. So this next one, this is a little historical. This is from Sahih and Bakal. I can't pronounce that in my silly voice, I'm sorry. The language is just so fucking silly. So this is when she was married at 6. Aisha is the name of the Prophet's wife, 6 years old. And well, at 9 is when she first met her Aunt Flo to be friendly for the census. So now they're ready to copulate. Because you can't expect such brilliant people that use the right hand to wipe the bottom to not want to have some nice clean interactions with each other. They got to wait for the Aunt Flo. So we're gonna have a nice little look in on what that night looked like. So what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to set up like you're looking in. You're gonna make a big rectangle. Pretend that's a window. And over here we got the bed. Nice bed, like I said, it's a nice bed. We put some squiggles on it there. Big room, you know. You got the children's slide right here with the ladder. Got a couple of little action figure Barbie dolls over here. Some balls. A couple of Lego packs sitting around. Maybe even a little Game Boy over there in the corner. I know I'm kind of just blending history together, but you see what I'm getting at. The nice children's room. And now Aisha's 9 years old. She's ready. Now, we got the Prophet. He's over here in the corner in his walk-in closet putting on his best turban. And over here we got another window. A window that the Prophet conveniently forgot about. The Prophet Muhammad. So we're gonna take our infidel red and we're gonna draw Mr. Muhammad over here. Don't forget that beard, y'all. Over here, look how angry he looks. That's just his happy face. And he's picked out his best turban. But he wants to give his lovely wife, Aisha, a few more minutes to get ready because it's a real special night. He's about to copulate with her. So here we got little Aisha in the corner with a long, nice hair and a ponytail. Yeah, well, pigtails actually. We'll give her some pigtails because she is a kid. And pigtails is for kids. And notice, we're gonna give her some tears and a sad face. Well, look how sad she is. She knows what's about to come, and no 9-year-old girl should ever have to face that. But alas, out the window, we have a stranger, another adult male. What's he doing there? What's he doing there? Can you tell me? Is it a happy accident? I want you to pay close attention, okay? Okay? Look at that. That's the tiniest of hats. And we got a nice, clean, well-kept beard. We're gonna make some That's a happy smile because he knows he's doing the right thing, you see. We got Samuel Moishevitz over here. He's rescuing Aisha from the degeneracy that the Prophet Muhammad is about to commit to her. So while Muhammad is in his walk-in closet getting ready for the big night of raping, child rape to be specific, Mr. Moishevitz is rescuing this little girl. But they got a dastardly plan that I'm going to show you in the next slide. So we're going to, you know what? We don't need to get rid of everything. We just need to get rid of a few people. So, you're going to have to use your imagination for this one, because the video is getting real long. And I don't want to draw all this again. So, there's a window that Mr. Muhammad forgot about. So, we'll just leave him here. So now Mr. Muhammad has a big old erection. You see that right there, that little thing you can barely make out? That's his erection. So now, Mr. Muhammad comes walking out. He's decided enough is enough. He's gotta take all 2 centimeters and show Aisha what's up. So he's walking out to the bedroom. Here he is in front of the bed, all dark and nice. He's got his nicest turban on. Look at that, you know, he got his little erection going. He's got his beard all nice and smelly and dirty. There's his angry eyes and his scowl. Oh, he almost looks like he's wearing a potato sack. So now it's all dark. But what he doesn't know is Mr. Moishevitz and Aisha, while he was rescuing her to bring her to the next village to help her escape to Europe or some way. We don't know where, we just know that she lived happily ever after in safety. They were placed Aisha with another beautiful, beautiful woman. Look at that. Look at the beautiful woman that Mr. Moishevitz replaced with her. And now is when we get real tricky. We're going to be doing some real advanced artwork here now. Remember, the lights are off. Can't see nothing before electricity. So he gets into bed. Mr. Muhammad assumes Aisha's just being tricky with him to not talk. He thinks she's trying to keep it sexy by making it feel more like a grape. Oh, we don't want to forget his little closet. We gotta make that little bed again. Oh, I messed up there. That was a happy accident. You gotta see the bed from the side now. Alright, so we're gonna do that. Now there's the bed from the side. There's the pillow, there's the mattress. Here's the nice blanket hanging off with the silly squibbles. Alright, so now we're gonna draw the final scene. You won't get that squiggly tail just perfect. Otherwise, how are you gonna know it's a pig? And then, because Prophet's little eruption is so small, he's got to be right up in it. And he's been going to town all night. He's just been enjoying himself, really enjoying himself. He's been thinking, wow, 9-year-old Aisha's really putting the work in to make this a memorable night for me, because he's a selfish man. Prophet Muhammad. So got a little squib wrong. There we go. Now you can see the eyes. Here's his whole face. We got Muhammad. I know, praise God. So here you go. He's been banging Charlene the pig all night. He had no idea it ain't 9-year-old Aisha. But all of a sudden, the sun is starting to come in through the window. And all of a sudden, his faith gets even more. And it goes from an 9-year-old Aisha faith to an oh my God, look at how good this feels. And oh my God, look at what I'm inside. It's a pig, y'all. Because that's exactly what Muhammad is. He's a big, disgusting, filthy, child-abusing pig. So, we got one more for you now. This is going to be a quick one. This is just going to be one image you look at real quick. We just going to wipe away the prophet because he ain't shit. Prophet ain't nothing. Sure, he was real, but do we really care about a man that likes to bang children? So you're going to take your blood of the infidel red. And this is going to be more of a descriptive one than it is going to be a drawing one. So bear with me. You're going to draw your prophet with his little dinger. Gonna make him with that. You know, this fluid, you're going to be cleaning it so good. It's so good. The problem is, if you don't dry it right, it's just awful. There we go. Now we're nice and dry. So, this one's going to be more of a descriptive one. So you're going to draw the prophet right there, just like that, with his little dingy, his little arms, his big Cronenberg head, because we know he was some weird inbred, with his big old ugly smelling beard, and his big silly turban. Look at him, the big turban this time. Oh, the biggest turbans. Ooh, that's a big turban. Looks like one of them Jamiroquai had. Then we gonna give him some angry eyes and a scowl. Cause he just got kicked out of the Tiny Hat people. They didn't want him. The Tiny Hat people said, whoa, whoa, whoa. We ain't into hurting them children. We ain't into killing other peoples. We just wants to be in peace, in love with the Lord, and do his bidding, and do the right thing. So now, he comes walking over here to the Christians. And ironically enough, the Christians go, we're not on board with that whole abusing women and children thing. So we're sorry, buddy, we can't take you neither. So then, and this is going to be tough, we're going to draw a little cave. Right, so there's the mouth of the cave. You'll color it in. Do them nice and dark so people know that's a mouth opener and not a weird Lovecraftian alien. So then, Muhammad walks over to this cave, seals it shut with a big boulder for 60 days and 60 nights. He supposedly talks to God. Now, if you remember the previous story, he was talking to a big rock controlled by the devil. So I'm thinking that's probably where he talked to God. He probably talked to this rock, because we all know any big rock is God, as long as it's a big rock. So 6 days, 60 nights, he's talking to this rock inside a cave, meditating, writing this little book. The book that launched 1 million deaths. Millions of children raped and abused, millions of women raped and abused, over 40 million sex slaves, over 40 million slaves today. And I believe it's like 60% of them, the sex slaves, the little ones, they're over in the Middle East. So this book has really just been a wonderful blessing on this earth. That little K-Rong, that book I showed you how to clean with the pork chops the other day, that's the one I'm talking about. So, then he comes out 60 days and 60 nights later, see the little dingus. His beard's even dirtier and smellier and scragglier than it normally is. And his turban's all askew because he hasn't really been cleaning or doing nothing. He's real angry and retarded looking. So now he's out. Oh, got to draw the book that raped 1 million ladies. We'll put a Q in there. And now, all of a sudden, after talking to God for 60 days and 60 nights and writing this book, the same little hat people and the same Jesus people that didn't want him in the group because he was just a goddamn monster of a man are now the infidel. Fidel. Now those are the ones that God said to unalive. Isn't that interesting? This man tries to join the little hats. Then the Jesus people. They both tell him no because he's a monster. Then he locks himself inside a cave with a big rock and writes a book. And then magically that big rock is God. And then when he comes out, he says the true evil on earth are the tiny hat people and the Jesus people. But like I said, these people are really, really smart. Just as smart as, remember, they still wipe the tushies with the right hand. No toilet paper, no paper towels, not even a Kleenex. So, there's been a happy accident for today. I'm Mr. Maccabee, and I understand if this wasn't your particular cup of tea. I promise right now as we speak, well, besides me doing this, I'm working on really educating myself on what's going on in Providence and Texas and Michigan and Australia, because I'm bringing you a deep dive. We're going to have fun. I'm going to teach you how to clean your potato sack so your wife don't get beaten a grape out in public. Don't worry, we're going to have a lot of fun. A whole mess of fun. But I need to do the research. I want it to come correct. But I still wanted to give you some. So here we are. Some happy accidents. Well, as we always say, at the home and the tidbits, I know. I really hope you have a wonderful evening. Your friends, your loved ones, y'all gather around the fire watching me. I really hope so. I doubt it, but I hope so. And like I said, just peace and love, pray thou. May he take a bath in bacon grease. May he just live in a vat of bacon grease. And may his followers see the true light of God and not that evil, evil little man. Well, bye, y'all. Every time it's a scratchy mask.